In the heart of the omniverse of Dominia, deep within the nexus of all planes of power, the world of Dominaria exudes the greatest mana.
Green magic gets its life from the lush fertility of the forest. Its power ranges from soothing serenity to thunderous destruction.
Black magic's power comes from the swamps and bogs, thriving on death and decay.
White magic draws its vitality from untouched open plains and focuses on healing protection and the chivalrous arts of war. Blue magic flows from the islands and thrives on mental energies, unleashing the elemental forces of air and water.
Red magic feeds on the vast energy boiling deep in the heart of mountains and reveling in the unbridled violence of chaos and combat.
Together, the magic of the five mana can harmonize mankind or become the most powerful destructive force capable of ripping apart the universe.
That was a neat play. So you got a lightning bolt, regenerate the skeleton, the flyer, then you block the fire with the reach spider. So that's how kind of I read that out. So pretty neat. That's how the game goes.
In a matter of hours, the planeswalkers would arrive. From across the universe they come. Duelists and Corondor will be their arena. For 2,000 years, these great wizards have bickered and fought. Now, the most insidious of them all, the battle mage Ravidel, has devised a way to settle these feuds for all time. From the scarred heart of the dueling chasm of Corondor, Ravidel has activated a powerful artifact known as the Mox Beacon. The battle mage knows that his enemies will not be able to resist the beacon's call. For some, it is a reminder of Corondor's splendor, and for others it provides all the more reason to conquer this precious land. But Corondor's conquerors and defenders have fallen into a trap.
Alright, episode fans, so if you ever do get to play this game, here's your strategy. For one, you need to have a first generation memory card, and you need to have the disc that goes with it. This thing, and if you haven't seen it, that, which is memory manager, but the first generation card should do it. But you need a first generation card to save the game. So, and those are hard to come by, and they're very expensive now. FYI. So memory card. So I have from previous games. I played this for a while, like a couple years ago. So you have two slots. So you're gonna save game one will be your main game. After you progress, you're gonna save it in game two. And then after you progress, because you're gonna keep going back because you're gonna die or something's gonna go wrong. So you're gonna go back and reload. So between the two, you save your progress, and then you go back and save it in game one. You'll copy it the second one, and then when something goes wrong, because if you don't, you'll just be frustrated all the time trying to get progress in the game. So last I saved was game 2, so I would have to start with game 2.
The majestic Kyrian sovereign. There are many who believe these lands would be the last to fall at the hands of those who would conquer Corindor.
Vintage art.
The swamps of Surg, death place of the wizard Cold Wraith, and mouth of the Gorthanor torrent.
A classic vampire. Love this art. Black Mana Battery. Love this. We're at the last pier. We're gonna attack from here. Bam. Hope it's a good fight. Cool effects, I like it. The universe. You won the game. Press X to exit. X. Right on. That's how you win the game. This is basically Jared, depending on who you use. So you start about in this area and you want to get to here. And then from there, you get your flyers, receiving dragon. And I went up north and then kind of worked my way back this way. Kind of like an S, and went that way to the end. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your flyers and your removal in red, which is your lightning bolts. Alright, so you get to this section here. So as you win territories, you get spells and artifacts. So this is what I have, and this is what I didn't use. I didn't use the curse rack. The scimitars you use because they fly. And I went to forest, mountain, and plains, and I think I started with black because you have black spells. And then I got rid of the black spell because I have nothing that flies in black. So what flies is white, Passera Angel, red, Seaman Dragon, and green, the Sprite. And that's a scimitar. So you need flying, and that's how you win the game. Those 3 colors, and then my mana count is short. You can't overdo your mana. So this 7 mountain, 5 plains, and 5 forest was optimal for the amount of spells that I had. So I could pretty consistently cast the Seaman Dragon and the Sarah Angel mid game, which really is what you need to win the game. But it's real hard to control the creatures. That's the only problem, is to really control the creatures without these this system for controlling with the mouse. Terrible. So it takes a little skill to actually win the game. The spells nice, but really. So that's my blue, my black. The Black Knights are real awesome because they have first strike. Anything with first strike is awesome. And then there's my red. I only use the disintegrates because they're easier. The fireball is just too difficult because it has that extra thing that you can do with the fireball, split it up, so that's just too cumbersome to use. And then my green, they use a Fortune Nature, but the giant spiders are like really an MVP. I only needed one of them. It's just to stop the flyers. Really, that's all it is for. And that's how I used to win the game. So it worked out pretty well. So hope you enjoy it. It's just nostalgia. It's, you know, nothing great and fancy nowadays, but hey, it's what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, ciao.